We just received some very disturbing news from Washington that the Supreme Court of the United States of America has stripped away the state of New York's right and responsibility to protect its citizens with a decision which we are still digesting, which is frightful in its scope of how they are setting back this nation and our ability to protect our citizens back to the days of our founding fathers. And the language we're reading is shocking. This decision isn't just reckless, it's reprehensible. It's not what New Yorkers want. And we should have the right of determination of what we want to do in terms of our gun laws in our state. If the federal government will not have sweeping laws to protect us, then our states and our governors have a moral responsibility to do what we can and have laws that protect our citizens because of what is going on, the insanity of the gun culture that has now possessed everyone all the way up to even to the Supreme Court. Today, the Supreme Court struck down a New York law that limits who can carry concealed weapons. Does everyone understand what a concealed weapon means? That you have no forewarning, that someone can hide a weapon on them and go into our subways, go into our grocery stores, like stores up in Buffalo, New York, where I'm from, go into a school in Parkland or Uvalde. This could place millions of New Yorkers in harm's way. And this is at a time when we're still mourning the loss of lives, as I just mentioned.
If you have a permit, right, you're permitted in Nassau County, right? Why shouldn't your permit be good in the city? Okay, or Nassau County, New York permit, why isn't it good in New Jersey or California? All right, your marriage license and your driver's license good all over the United States, but your permits are not universally accepted by other states, and they should be. You've already passed a background check. Hopefully you've received some training, okay? I'm a big believer in if you own a gun, you should be trained, okay? So if you have a permit, you should be good to go everywhere. So I have a permit. I'm not shooting people here. If I carried in the city, would I be a danger to shoot people? Absolutely not. The only one I'm going to shoot is someone who needs shooting, someone who's a threat to me or someone else, all right? So those of us who have permits, who have gone through the process of permitting, we're the most law-abiding people on the planet. We don't commit any crimes. We commit crimes way less often than police officers, okay? So digest that, all right? We're safe. We're not yahoos looking to shoot people.
I see as a consequence of this two immediate things. All the people that currently have a license to have a gun lawfully at home will likely be able to carry that gun concealed because that aspect of the law will collapse. Secondly, I see a lot of people applying to get guns. I think we are at the beginning of a never-ending litany of challenges to gun control laws throughout the United States. I think the NRA is going to take advantage of this court and try and knock down as many cases as they can, as many laws as they can. And the shame of that is that we already have gridlock on Capitol Hill. We cannot get the laws that we need that would save lives. And the research is crystal clear that in those states that have more vigorous gun control laws, they have lower levels of gun death, both suicides, accidents, and intentional death. So this is a real public safety issue. This is not just some intellectual, historical, constitutional exercise. This has real life and death consequences. And it's a tragedy. The ultimate tragedy is, in this nation, we know what to do as a matter of policy to reduce gun violence. We just lack the political will.
I think in my experience in the military, having traveled to different locations throughout the country, what I have noticed is places that have simpler, legal gun laws are safer. Because, for instance, the recent shootings that we had, I feel if a place is unprotected by firearms, it's a soft target. That means anyone with malintent can go in there and expect no resistance whatsoever. So it's an open invitation to do whatever they want because they're dissatisfied with something.
If the age was raised from 18 to 21, the shooter in Uvalde would not have been able to purchase that gun. What happened in Tulsa? There was no waiting period. There was a 4-hour window. And that person tragically killed several doctors. We're not interested in taking everyone's guns. We are interested in reducing gun violence, and we feel reasonable decisions and legislation would help that, along with faith community organizations get involved, and finally, certainly voting 6-3 to allow concealed carry weapons. I was a pastor in New York City. In New York City is an absolutely disgraceful decision.
I think it's dangerous. I mean, I'm a native New Yorker. I always felt safe knowing, not that they were necessarily hidden, but I just felt safer before. And I don't know, now seeing a gun out, somebody could snatch it out your waist and then shoot people. It's gonna be chaos.